So, hello everybody, and welcome back to the Samplify Show. This is your host Sampath Patro. I hope you're doing well, and thanks a lot for joining in. Today, we have a very special guest with us. He's the president of the First Human Rights Foundation of Pune and the show director and organization in Silver Stream Entertainment Private Limited. He is Mr. Sohail Sayyed. So, thanks a lot for joining in. How are you doing?
Thank you so much. It was a nice introduction, by the way.
Well, you deserve it, sir.
Well, I'm doing great, and I guess the people who have joined in, they already know how am I doing.
Oh, yes, I heard you
Yeah,
were
right.
in a controversy recently. Yeah, well,
That's fine. Let's not
there's
get into
loads of
that.
stuff to
Let's
talk
not
about
spread.
then.
Yeah, right. Let's not get there because
Right.
I've been like totally surrounded with all of that, but it's part of a business. Like when you're into business, obviously all of these things you come across and then you get with it. That's not a problem.
Right, ups and downs of life, I guess. So, coming to the show then. So, you're at a point in your life where most of us, when I say most of us, I think I speak of most of us, feel that that is the point where you can achieve success. So, I would like to ask, how did you get started in your journey to the point where you are right
Lovely. So when I started at a very early age.
now? Hmm.
When I started working from the age of 18, obviously,
Right.
right? So I
Hmm.
started working with lot many corporate companies. I used to do lot many events when I was in college as well. So one thing that I knew when I used to attend concerts and everything, I used to see the life of an event manager. I used to, people love, being on the stage, but I used to love being on the backstage. So I used to see
Oh,
the way they used to manage stuff and everything, and I used to love that thrill. Like
right, right, right.
I used to love that the whole environment of an event management. I used to love that. I love managing people, and I always wanted to be a leader, and I never wanted to work for anyone. So that's the reason. So this was who I was, at an early age, and then I worked with many other companies. I worked with corporate companies. I worked in automobile sector. I worked for Kia
Right.
Motors also. So we were the one who got Kia Motors in India. So I was working with that company as
Oh,
well. So my journey started with corporates. Then I got into event management. I worked as a
mm-hmm.
general manager in other companies. We worked for Sunburn as well. I worked for Sunburn, and that's
Mm-hmm.
how it started. Then I realized that I'm too good to be working for someone else. Then that's how
Right.
it started. So then I thought of forming a company. So this is the company which I've started. It's this is the third name that we started with. Earlier when you start as a teenager, early in life, you're not aware
Mm-hmm.
of uh, stuff like registration.
Right,
If you're
right.
searching for a company name, it has you should not copy anyone and
Uh-huh,
everything.
right.
So the company name started from Starstruck. It went to then we got another name which was Starstream, but then Star Group, Star Plus,
Yes,
Hotstar.
yes, yes, yes. Right, right, right,
Yeah.
right. Yes.
So when we filed for Star Stream,
Mm-hmm.
Star Plus came into picture and they were like, we are the owners of the Star name. You cannot use it in the entertainment industry.
Right,
So
right.
that's how we changed the name to Silver Stream. Now we are registered.
So I see you have a lot of experience. So, like, if you don't mind me asking, what is your age? Sir?
See, now as of now, I'm 25.
25. You
Right.
have experienced so much at the age of 25 that I guess, I mean, you have worked in so many companies, you have your own business, and you said you started working at the age of 18. I mean, according to what I thought you were at least 30, not going by your looks. Of course, you look obviously very young, but by the experience that you have, by the
Right.
experience that you have, you seem like you're above 30 or something like that. So that's really surprising that someone who's the age of 25 has so much experience in the business industry. So talking about the business industry, was it your choice? Were you always passionate about starting a business, or was it something that crossed your mind while you're doing something else?
No, actually, I was always passionate about starting a business, and
Mm-hmm.
I used to feel that the kind of energy that I used to get in a company, trust me on this. I work with startups. I work with big, like, big companies. One thing that I realized
Mhm.
is when you work for a big company, people actually, they give you one task, and you have to work on that particular task. You can't
Mhm.
explore lot many opportunities, and obviously
Right,
there's a
right.
lot of politics that everything that goes around in big companies.
Mhm.
They don't let you grow. Then see, I'll be talking my heart out. you know
Yeah, sure. So
so
just go ahead.
I won't be framing question. I won't be framing my answers and everything.
Mhm.
And secondly, when I work with startups, trust me, I'm very good at sales.
Mhm.
I used to love the sales part. I was in business development. So when I worked for a startup, I generated a business by just joining. For 3 months, I generated a business more than 18 lakhs, in 3 months.
Mhm.
And the first 2 months were my training period. So I was the kind of person when I worked for many international companies, and so what I used to do is I used to be David, and I used to call up international countries. I used to convince international.
Mhm.
So I was the only person in the company wherein I was working for an international platform. So that's how
Right,
it
right.
started. Then I realized, I wasn't getting paid what I'm worth, and I was like,
Mhm.
why don't I start something of myself? And then I was like, but I used to do a lot of research. I used to watch many people like Jeff Bezos, then Mark
Mhm.
Cuban,
Right,
then
right.
Elon Musk. When I used to see these people, they all are normal people, but they did everything. They put in their efforts, and they knew that they're not going to fit into this world. So I used to see them. I used to create notes. I never thought that I'll be forming my own business. My mama used to see that when I had these notepads and everything. I used to write.
Right,
So
right.
I used to watch YouTube videos, and I used to note down. When they used to talk about top 10 things which you have to look after when you're starting a business, and I used to note
Mhm.
down these points. So I have to keep a track of everything. Then I used to act also when I used to be in my room. I used to act like I'm addressing to my employees, and I used to do all
Mhm.
of that. So that's how it started. So it's like manifestation. You manifest certain things,
Yes, 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 right.
right?
I was
So
about to talk of
visualize it.
that. Yes. Have you read a book called The Secret?
Yeah, I read that book, but see, what people think is law of attraction is just about thinking and just
Mhm.
visualizing, but not working. So that's what
Right,
people
right,
do.
right.
Everywhere you see these days, everyone is talking about this law of attraction. Earlier,
Mhm.
like 5 years or 6 years from now, or like in the past, if you would see, no one knew about this law of attraction. Even I wasn't aware of all of
Mhm.
this. But now people are getting into this. People are learning about vibrations and everything. But then you have to put in the action also. You just
Right,
can't
right, right.
think good things would come to you. You can't just be in your own comfort zone and then you would feel
Mhm.
you will get everything in life. That's not how it works. It works. So
Right,
yes, I
right.
read the book, The Secret, but along with that book as well, I even watched the movie also, The Secret, which is
Oh, I haven't
available on.
watched the movie.
You did too?
No, I didn't watch the movie. I just read the book.
Yeah, we can watch the movie too. There are a lot of people who actually witnessed that law of attraction works.
Mhm.
So it's about them. So I'm sure I would recommend you. You can watch it on Netflix or other
Yeah, I'll watch it, sure.
platforms. Sure.
Right. So these days, as you have said, these days many teenagers who aspire to be businessmen or who aspire to be successful in their life, they just go ahead and put like three, four motivational quotes posters and they're like, yes, now I'm going to be successful no matter what. But as you said, manifestation, like your positive thoughts plus action will result into positive results. And you are the living proof of it. So that's great. Okay, so for the next question, I'd like to ask, so for the young teenagers who are in the age group of like 15 to 18 and who want to start their own business or for a matter of fact, a show, what would you recommend them or how would you like, what would be your suggestions to them?
See, when I started, see, timing matters a lot. I feel that I started early, and which benefited me. That sometimes you have to start early, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you start at the age of 18, 19, you can take risk at that time. That's what I feel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And now that I'm 25, I still feel that I'm very old. I'm getting old. In fact, I hate birthdays. I hate celebrating birthdays. People been calling me, and I was supposed to be celebrating the whole week, but I hate, because obviously you're getting old. the year
Yeah,
passing
yeah,
by
yeah.
and everything. But then what I feel is if you're planning to start a business in any
Mhm.
industry, what you require is experience, hands-on
Mhm.
experience. Okay. You
Right,
just
right.
can't learn on, you know, online platforms, or you can't go and take a degree and then you would feel, well, it does matter going for an
Mm.
education into business, but then you need to have experience. Okay. The more experience you have, and that's how you
Mhm.
grow. Obviously, when you grow, you can see. Now, people who work with me, they tell me, continuously. I see that, you're young. People keep telling me that, I'm young and I'm handling so many
Mhm.
things, which bigger companies get into. But then that's how it is. If you start working with a company, especially work with startups, when you work with
Mhm.
startups, you can see all the things, and then you can even you get lot many experience. So that's what I
Right,
feel.
right, right, right.
So that's what the most biggest thing that helped me, that I worked for smaller companies, and I was
Mhm.
able to see a lot many things at the early age.
Right. So the biggest recommendation is start working with the startups, and yeah, you get a very hands-on experience and everything.
Right. Well, I'm just giving a little, like a disclaimer, because there would be people who would be joining in called haters, wherein they will become
That's fine.
people who don't have work. They would be there, that we call keyboard warriors. People will be joining in now
Mhm.
because as we are into certain things now, I'm sure they will be joining in. So we need to ignore that part.
I've read it somewhere. I do not remember exactly. I've read it or heard it. It was written that unless and until you have haters, you're not really successful in whatever you're doing. So I feel, I mean, having haters is one of the positive aspects in being successful.
वेरी ट्रू मैन, वेरी ट्रू. जिसने भी बोला है ये बहुत करेक्ट बोला है. बिकॉज क्या होता है, पीपल हु कैन नॉट रीच टू योर लेवल, that's when they start hating you. People are who are
Mm,
above
right,
you,
right.
they would treat you as a kid or something like that. They won't even bother. But people who feel that you're above them, that's how they start hating, you know. And especially haters, the kind of haters that I have is I don't know, they work for me, they work with me, and then, there's, then at the end, I don't know what happens. So it's like, they want something from me, and once they don't get it, that's how they start
Mhm.
hating. But anyways, it's nice to have haters. Okay,
Obviously, yes.
it's amazing. But I love it, I love haters. The idols which I follow, they all have n number of haters. So I feel proud when I see people commenting, talking shit about me behind
Mhm.
my back. So I love that part.
That's awesome. That's one thing I need. I think the teenagers of today should learn. Well, talking of teenagers, as you're in the business industry, a lot of teenagers today who are passionate about business are, too much into this garage startups. Like they are thinking that since Bill Gates dropped out of school, Mark Zuckerberg dropped out, Elon Musk dropped out, so even they are planning like even I'll drop out and start this garage startup. So what are your opinions on it? Should they prioritize their own startups over their education, or what is it?
See, what do I feel is, I belong to a family where
Hmm.
we belong to an educated family. Okay, so it's like
Right,
my
right.
mom is a teacher. She's a teacher in Dubai. Okay,
Hmm.
and plus my dad also, my dad is into business. Okay, and if you see
Hmm.
half of my family, like 90% of the people are educated, they have degree and everything. Plus, coming back to your question, see, for me, it was hard. I never thought that, I would just do graduation. I just did my graduation, and, that too in BCom. I did that
Hmm.
because, BCom is considered to be such a degree. Then you can do anything after that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You can do anything, and there's no much stress. Plus, these things happened, and you're able to concentrate on many other things. But talking about dropping out, see, you don't have to drop out unnecessarily. If you have an actual
Hmm.
idea and if you feel that it's going to work and you worked on it at least 30-40% and you got good experience, and you're like,
Hmm.
now I can go like full time into the business, then you can think of dropping out. Otherwise, you don't have to follow others. That's what I feel. Just because we have seen certain quotes, because these days people get motivated, and motivation
Hmm.
just lasts for a couple of days or for a month. You know,
Hmm. Hmm.
you get all
Right,
hyped
right.
up, and the moment you face some sort of difficulty, you back out. And then even
Hmm.
your parents doesn't support you. Parents फिर बोलेंगे कि भाई जॉब भी छोड़ ये भी छोड़ दिया, पढ़ाई भी छोड़ दिया, अभी तो कुछ कर नहीं सकता, फिर वो गैप बढ़ता है. Then गैप
Right,
बढ़ने के
right.
बाद क्या होता है, फिर लोग ये सोचते हैं कि shit यार, then they start losing motivation, and then they end up failing into whatever that they're doing. So I would feel,
Hmm.
do what you love. Okay, trust me, this is the most important thing that has helped me. I did what I used to love, because I kept my studies. Along with that, I was the most popular person in my college. um,
Right.
yes, in events also, you won't believe if I tell you this, I flunked in first year BCom. I
Okay.
Yeah, I flunked in the first year. But then, I mean, I shouldn't be sharing all of this, but then because of my extracurricular activities, and I was taking things on a bigger level, and I got through it to the second year,
Right.
and that's what happened. But that's how it is. Um, so it's all about, if you know what you're doing, and you got to be best in everything. I cannot
Hmm.
do 50%. I would always prefer doing 100%. I would put my energy, soul, everything. So I feel if you wanna drop out, make sure you have a good plan. Okay,
Hmm.
and good plan, you'll only get to know if it's a good plan if you're actually working on it. But dropping
Right,
out
right.
doesn't make sense at all. Dropping out, there's no sense if you don't have a plan.
Right, that's true. That's true. So do what you love, get good at it, and then just pursue it over everything else.
Lovely, man. Nicely put it across in 3 lines.
Right, thank you. Okay, we actually have a question. Tell me more about your college days. I think they're loving your college stories, aren't they?
I had I can't see that question. I don't know how you can see that. But yes, if if you can, who's the person who asked that question?
Her username is Aish.
Okay,
Aish
perfect.
7720.
Answering that question, my college life was amazing. I opted for BCA at first. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I opted for BCA, and trust me, when I get into something now, I do a little research. So what do I do is,
Right, right.
I'm a very analytical thinker. So what I saw is, I used to see batchmates, the people who are studying BCA, people who are in second year or final year, and I
Mm-hmm.
saw them. They are not passionately driven. They don't love. They're just doing it for the sake of job. And I saw, they're not physically fit. They don't even know how to get ready. And I'm a kind of a
Mm-hmm.
person who loves to get ready, go out and tackle down meetings
Right.
and everything. So I'm a kind of person, I cannot work on a desk job. मुझे पसंद ही नहीं है. मैं इतने सारे चीजों से मैं मोटिवेटेड होता हूँ कि नो वन कैन कम एंड टेल मी दैट योर लंच टाइम इज ओवर.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot work like a robot. You just have one life, and that's what I feel. So I saw this mentality of certain studious people. BCA में people who are computer geek, computer freak.
Mm-hmm.
They are the ones who join in, and I was like,
Right.
I don't want to be counted in those people. So what I did
Mm-hmm.
was, I started losing interest in BCA,
Mm-hmm.
and then, but I was good at events. I joined in. I did the college event. One of the best. I handled a team of 40 people. People were
Mm-hmm.
appreciating a lot, but then BCA was not my cup of tea. So I left. I joined another college. Moment I joined another college, it was amazing. And if I talk about something more personal, I got into a relationship as well. So I got into a relationship, and but I met a very nice girl in my college. She was the one who pushed me in studies, because I was very, very fun-loving guy. There was such a moment in my life wherein teachers were so supportive, because they saw that that good part in me. I was a person, still, when I just recently called my HOD, And when she sees my status, my Instagram stories, my WhatsApp
Mm-hmm.
status, they are so proud of it when they see that I'm doing these many things, that I have such
Right,
huge brands on on the board. So that
right.
I registered my company and everything. So I was a part of startups culture in my college. I was the
Mm-hmm.
only one who was serious. Secondly, I used to do everything apart from studies. And trust me, I wouldn't have been. See, there's always someone who helps you in a form of your family, mother, father, or in the form of a girlfriend. So when I met this girl in first year, she was the one who supported me a lot in
Right.
pushing me in studying and everything. So that's how it happened.
There's a girl in our audience called Priya. She's got a really nice comment for you. She says, must say, sir, we will never find a person like Sohail, sir. The way he supports people, helps people is really appreciative.
Thank you so much, Priya.
Well, that's. I see you've been pretty good with your, even with your contestants. I've seen some of your shows, and obviously I've seen you in several Instagram stories, and I see you're pretty supportive towards all of your participants and stuff. So
See,
yeah, that's actually.
the reason why I had started this company to, you know, the main. See, whenever you start something now, there should be a strong reason why you start. I'm sure you started this show called
Right.
Samplify. There must be a reason for you to start, right? That one reason that pushes you to,
Yeah, well,
because I saw you, I noticed one thing about you, you know, you've been following up. I know I wasn't able to give you an actual schedule, when shall we do it? And every time it will get postponed. Imagine when we had posted about this and when we are doing
yeah,
this actual live Instagram. So
right.
one thing that I like, you never, तुमने कभी hope lose नहीं किया, and plus you kept on, it's called, persistence, like, consistent basis पे आपने मुझे text करते रहे. So for me also, today I was like, doesn't matter at all. I had plans, but then I was like, today I wanna get it done. Oh, okay. And I
Right.
was like, it also doesn't feel nice for me to, keep on postponing. If a person is so nice, I really appreciate that, and you're doing
Thank
really
you.
good job. I saw your post. Trust me, the thing which you posted, the Forbes wala picture and everything.
Right,
For a
right.
moment, I thought actually it's a real one. I was like, my God, a person who is featured in the Forbes list. I was like that person. But then I saw in the caption that you're planning to. It's like your
Yeah,
future.
it's my
That's how
aim.
your future
Yeah.
looks like. Yeah. So that's really nice. That's what I'm sure that's the thing which will be, you'll manifest that. And I'm sure you're taking all those steps to reach there. I'm
Right,
sure
right.
you're interviewing so many people. I'm sure big people must be there in your show. You will learn a lot, once they interview them. You can learn from their mistakes and the things which they have gone
Right.
through. I'm sure that will help you a lot. So, yes, and yeah, coming back to the point is when I started this company, like I was talking about, having an actual strong reason to do it. For me, when I worked with modeling companies, when I got into event management, see, one thing that I noticed is girls or people. Let's not talk about some category, but I saw that models were not treated properly. They tell me you're providing so many things, which you don't even promise. It's like the one thing that you keep on just the benefits that I get from my sponsors. I keep on passing out to my my contestants and everything. People told me that this should be your charge. You should not treat your models in such a way. And trust me, I'm getting the actual experience because many people told me you cannot be sweet with everyone. You cannot be kind to
Right, right.
everyone. But I was like, I'm built that way. And that's the reason I started this business. It's just because of 1 or 2%, I'm gonna change my vision, then it's not gonna happen. Let those 1% to जो भी लोग हैं अभी जो प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट कर रहे हैं रहने दो वो उनको उनका मिल जाएगा फल. Let me also,
Right, right.
but I will be genuine. Trust me, one person stand against me, there are 10 more people who will be standing with me.
Right,
So
right. True.
it doesn't matter. My work will talk. For me, I hate spreading negativity. I always keep things to myself. So
Right.
I never like to share all of this or use social media for wrong purpose. Just,
Mm-hmm.
because social media is such a fake life, trust me, guys. Because what happens is, what you show, that's what people, think. Because जो आप दिखा रहे हो, हमने कितने स्टोरीज सुने हैं, लोग खुश नहीं रहते हैं तो भी खुशी शेयर करते हैं सोशल मीडिया पे. So what I feel is, you should know both side of the stories. Never
Right,
be
right.
judgmental about anyone. Never do that. See, guys, trust me. अभी मैं ये बोल रहा हूँ, ये लाइन, आपका बिजनेस कभी सक्सेसफुल नहीं होगा अगर आप खुद इन्वॉल्व नहीं हो बिजनेस में. ठीक है.
Right, right.
अगर आप अभी मैं वो MBA चाय वाला का स्टोरी देख रहा था, मतलब उसका जो जर्नी था, अगर आई गेस आपने भी देखा होगा.
हाँ, मैंने थोड़ा
हाँ, राइट. तो बंदा खुद बोल रहा था, अगर आप आपके बिजनेस में झाड़ू नहीं लगा सकते हो तो वो बिजनेस आपका नहीं है.
राइट, राइट.
तो जो लोग सेठ बन के घूमते हैं ना फिर एट द एंड कि बाबा आई एम द ओनर एंड एवरीथिंग. Many people tell me, my parents too tell me, कि Sohail, you gotta act like a sir, you cannot be sweet with everyone. I would treat janitor the same way, plus my friend to the same way. मैं दोनों को equally treat करता हूँ. मैं कोई ये नहीं कि कोई बड़ा है, कोई छोटा है. So that's what I feel. That's the reason if people are talking about my success, अगर आपने 2-3 वर्ड जो बोला है कि I'm successful and everything, that's a big thing. I never take it that way कि मैं successful बन गया. मुझे और भी मेरे जो प्लान्स है मेरे दिमाग में ये बहुत बड़े हैं. बट क्या होता है पता है क्या? आई नेवर टेक इट टू माय हेड. वो कुछ एक वर्ड है ना, नेवर टेक क्रिटिसिज्म टू योर हार्ट. देयर इज सम लाइन,
Yeah.
right. So that's what I feel. So this is what it is. If you want to make your business successful, you gotta put in the work. Take the appreciation, but don't just एक appreciation मिलने के बाद just sorry,
Yes.
just don't lose everything, but you gotta keep working on it. And अगर business के बारे में बात कर रहा हो तो खुद पे भरोसा होना चाहिए. किसी एक इंसान की वजह से मैं जब बिजनेस स्टार्ट किया था, ट्रस्ट मी, मैंने जब बिजनेस स्टार्ट किया था, वी स्टार्ट विद 4 पार्टनर्स. आई स्टार्ट विद 4 पार्टनर्स. चारों पार्टनर्स, तीनों जो 3 पार्टनर्स थे, सबने छोड़ दिया. एंड बहुत टफ टाइम था. मुझे धमकियां भी आती थी स्टार्टिंग में कि ये है, मुझे गेस्ट बोल के बुलाओ, मुझे वो गेस्ट बोल के बुलाओ, बट आई नेवर केयर्ड. And now we are at such a place that no one can come and do anything just out of nowhere. Because a business, when you start a business, especially entertainment business में क्या होता है? It's a very risky business. You can't get into this business, unless you do all your due diligence. Because there are thousands of people who are keeping an eye on you, to put you down. वो बोलते हैं ना कि अगर एक प्रॉब्लम 5 साल बाद मैटर नहीं करता है तो वो प्रॉब्लम नहीं है.
Right. Yeah.
So that's what I feel. अगर मैं ये प्रॉब्लम 1-2 हफ्ते बाद में भूल जाऊंगा, then I shouldn't be focusing so much on that problem.
Yeah, it's not worth so much. Right.
It's not worth so much of your energy. But I am like, you go against me, I'll think, 2 steps आगे का if you do this. But कहीं ना कहीं मैं भी आज, I'm also 25 and I feel that there will be thousands of people who will put you behind, and you might lose, you might win certain battles. But it's all about if you're true to yourself and if you're true to the people, then I guess you can go ahead with it. That's what I feel.
Well, that's a really nice end statement, I guess.
Thank you so much for having me in your show. Definitely we'll be doing a couple of more sessions soon.
For sure.
So, and I wish you all the best for your career as well.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, sir. And I wish all the best to you too.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for connecting. It was nice having you all for this session. Anyways, lovely.
Yes,
so,
sir.
See you soon. Okay,
See you, sir. Yeah.
Bye-bye. Take care.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.